Matthew chapter 5, the Great Sermon on the Mount, starting from verse 1. Jesus saw the throngs increasing, and so he walked up a hill and was seated near the top. His followers soon assembled around him, and then he instructed them, "How blessed are the spiritually poor, for theirs is the monarchy of heaven. How blessed are those who grieve, for God will solace them. How blessed are the meek, for they will obtain God's promises. How blessed are those who strive for righteousness, for God will grant them perfect contentment. How blessed are those who have pity, for they will receive pity from God. How blessed are the pure-minded, for they will surely see God. How blessed are those who labor for peace, for they will be known as God's offspring. How blessed are those who are ill-treated for doing right, for theirs is the monarchy of heaven. How blessed are you when people abuse you and ill-treat you and say every possible evil against you, slandering you for being my disciples. Rejoice and be blissful, for tremendous is your reward in paradise. For so they ill-treated God's special envoys who lived before you. You are just like salt for the whole world. But if the salt loses its seasoning, how shall it be made salty again? It is basically useless. And so it is cast out and trampled by the people. You are just like light for the whole world. A city established on a hill cannot be concealed. No man ever lights a lamp and then places it under a bushel, but on a lampstand where it shines on everyone and everything in the house. Similarly, you should allow your light to shine before humankind, that they may witness your virtuous and meritorious deeds and give praise to your Father in paradise. Do not imagine that I have come to abolish the law of Moses and instructions of God, God's special envoys. I have not come to abolish them, but to accomplish them. In fact, I tell you, until heaven and earth perish, not even an iota will pass from the rules until everything is accomplished. And therefore, anyone who violates one of the least of these rules and instructs the people to do likewise shall be regarded as the least in the monarchy of heaven. But anyone who follows them and instructs them, he shall be regarded as eminent in the monarchy of heaven. For I tell you now, except your faithfulness surpasses the faithfulness of the authorities of the law and the Pharisees, you will not enter the monarchy of heaven. You have been told that the people of the past were told, "Do not murder, for anyone who murders will be tried accordingly." But I tell you now that anyone who is furious with his brother without a good reason will be tried accordingly. Anyone who tells his brother "Raka" will be tried by the council. And anyone who says "You fool" will be in danger of the blazing fire of hell. And so if you approach the altar of the Lord God with your present, and there you recollect that your brother has some fault against you, leave your present right there before God's altar and go back at once. First, restore friendship with your brother, and then come back and offer your present to God. Reach a quick agreement with your enemy while there is yet time. Otherwise, your enemy will hand you over to the judge. The judge will only order the police officers to take you away, and you will be cast into prison. Surely I tell you now, you will not get out of jail until you have paid everything you owe. You have been told that the people of the past were told, do not commit adultery. But I tell you now that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully is already guilty of adultery in his heart. If your right eye lures you to evil, remove it and throw it away. Certainly, it is more advantageous for you to lose a part of your flesh than for every part of your flesh, your whole body, to be dumped in the fire of hell. If your right hand lures you to do evil, cut it off and cast it away. Certainly, it is more advantageous for you to lose a part of your flesh than for every part of your flesh, your whole body, to be dumped in the fire of hell. In addition, it has been declared, anyone who divorces his spouse should give her a certification or declaration of divorce. But I tell you now, anyone who divorces his spouse for any reason whatsoever, unless there is obvious depravity in sexual matters, is guilty of leading her to commit adultery. And anyone who marries a divorced woman, likewise, commits adultery. Also, you have heard that those who lived in the past were told, do not swear falsely, but do perform your oaths to God. However, I tell you now, you should never swear. Do not swear by heaven, for heaven is the throne of the Lord God, nor by the earth, for the earth is the heaven for his feet, nor by Jerusalem, for Jerusalem is the holy city of the great monarch. And do not swear by your head, because you cannot make even one hair white or black in color. But if you mean yes, say yes. And if you mean no, say no. For any other thing you say comes from Satan. You have been told that it was declared, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. But now I say to you, do not take vengeance against the person who offends you. But if anyone slaps your face on the right side, turn the left to him likewise. And if anyone wishes to litigate against you and take your shirt, let him have your jacket also. And if anyone pressures you to journey 1 mile, go ahead and journey 2 miles. If anyone appeals to you, give him if you have. And if anyone wishes to borrow from you, lend him if you have. You have been told that it was declared, you shall love your friends and loathe your foes. But I tell you now, love your foes and beseech God for those who will treat you, that you may in fact be your Father's offspring in paradise. For he causes his sun to rise and shine on evil as well as on good people, and dispatches rainfall on the righteous and the unrighteous likewise. If you love and cherish only those who love and cherish you, why should God reward you? Do not the tax collectors do precisely that? So you must be flawless, even as your Father in paradise is flawless.